The first snowfall of the season arrived like a gift. Soft flakes swirling through the trees, turning everything quiet and white. I stood outside much longer than I should have, letting my little fingers turn into little ice pops just to capture the beauty of these first snowflakes. Back in the studio, warm and cozy again, I decided to pull out a long-forgotten project, one I've secretly started calling my cold case files. You know, those creative mysteries from the past that once filled us with excitement, then somehow slipped into a shelf and disappeared. A few years ago, I planned and created one image in two completely different mediums. One version as an oil painting, and the second crafted entirely in wool using the art of felting. I managed to finish one of them, and I will show you some video here if I can find it in archives. And I'll link the videos below because I have a video on both versions, the painted and the felted. But the second version, well, I never made it. I never finished it. So I'm pulling it out of the archives and we're going to work on it. The painting was started, I think, in acrylic, back when I was still painting that way. And the wool version, I had only completed the background through wet felting, a process where warm water and friction binds fibers together. There's also a video on that if you're curious. I will link it below. So today felt like the perfect day to continue, to give this project a second chance. To begin, I needed to transfer the image onto the wool. Not as easy as it sounds. I traced the key shapes onto the paper, cut them out, and used a soft pencil to create gentle outlines on the felt. It's not exact. Everything grows a bit as you build the fibers on top to cover the lines. But that's okay, because I'm not going for exact scale here. Just trying to recreate the image in my own voice and my own time. At first, I'm gonna be honest, this was not feeling great. It felt awkward. I haven't felted anything since last, I think, Christmas, which was a 3D project and not 2D. So it felt like my hands had forgotten how to felt and do their job. I started with the big monstera leaves because I figured surely I can't mess those up too badly. Well, I don't love them, and you can definitely see that they need some help, but they'll get more attention next go around. But once I had finished with the leaves and I moved on to the birds felt much better, and the colors started landing just right. Felting is a lot like painting, and I think that was my initial idea behind creating the two different projects into one, was to paint it, to get the idea, to understand the color mixing that I would do in paint and how that could translate into the felting part, how it could relate to each other, how I could learn from the two different processes to inform each different process. Does that make sense? Anyways, in my mind, it does. And the felting is a lot like painting, mixing tones, layering light and shadow, trusting the process even when your brain says, this will never work. Then suddenly it does. And in the context of everything else, that odd little blob turns into a flower or a feather or wing. Tell me, do you have a cold case project tucked away somewhere? Something waiting for you to fall back in love with? I'd be curious to know. Next week, I'll work on the painting side of this 2 parts of the cold case project files and hopefully bring the whole story together. We've got some more to do on the felting part, so that's to be continued. Until then, I hope your holiday season is off to a warm, cozy start. And maybe, just maybe, a little inspiration is drifting down like the first snowfall.